Fen. Hellebore Highlands campaign. The night before the advance, they told him the position was secure. He's 16 and believes this. The statement has a sound of certainty, and he has been in the army 4 months, and certainty still sounds like something. The position is a ridgeline in the eastern highlands, half a kilometer south of where the Hellebore 3rd Battalion holds the tree line. Pines to the north, a slope down to the valley on the east. He's been on this ridgeline since second bell, and his hands hurt from the cold, and there is nothing to do but lie still and count the sounds in the dark. He counts them: wind, the specific creak of the pines, the sound of men who are not sleeping moving carefully so as not to make the sound of men who are not sleeping. These are the sounds. He has been a person who counts things since before the army. The army has given him more things to count. He puts both hands flat against the ground to feel the temperature of the ground at this hour, which he has learned is always colder than the air. The ground at the ridgeline is frost-hard under the loose soil. He can feel the hardness through both palms. He presses down. The hardness presses back. Then he feels something else, a tremor, faint enough that he thinks at first it is himself, his own heartbeat amplified, and then he understands it isn't him because it doesn't match the rhythm of his heart. He takes his hands off and puts them back, still there, coming from somewhere south and east of the ridgeline. He takes his hands off the ground and stands them up, fingertips down, and feels it through his fingertips. Still there. He doesn't know what to do with this information. The sound arrives, not like anything he has heard. The word they used in briefings is incoming, a clean technical word, which means the thing is coming toward you from the other direction. What the word doesn't contain is the sound itself, which is not a word's worth of information, but something that takes up more space than that. It begins far away and ends very close, and the interval between far and close is the interval you have to do anything about it, and the interval is not enough time to think. He goes flat. He doesn't decide to go flat. His body goes flat and he is in it. That is the correct order. Body first, him after. His hands and forearms take the weight. His cheek goes down against the frost-hard ground, and the sound arrives fully. The impact is southeast of the ridgeline. His body tells him this. The vibration traveling through the ground gives him direction and distance without his mind calculating either. 200 meters, maybe 250. The sound follows the vibration by less than a second and is very loud. He stays flat. There is another, then another. He counts them, between the second and third, long enough to hear the pines. Between the third and fourth, shorter. Between the fourth and fifth, he loses count because someone is shouting. The shouting means stay flat, and the voice is Harith's, somewhere to his left. He does not look toward Harith's voice. He keeps his face against the ground, and his hands flat, and his breathing shallow. He thinks, where is the next one? He has no answer. He has no information about where the next one will be. He knows the last 5 have landed southeast and east of his position, which tells him the angle of the incoming, which tells him approximately where the next ones might fall if the angle holds, but the angle might not hold. He is a 16-year-old conscript on a ridgeline, and he does not have access to the information that would tell him if the angle holds. He does not have access to any information. He has the ground under his hands, and the tremor coming through it, and the sound which keeps coming. 6th, 7th. He does the arithmetic available to him. The ground to his left is lower than the ground to his right. Lower ground is cover if a round lands on the ridgeline above him. Lower ground is exposure if a round lands in the valley below. He cannot determine which outcome is more likely. He does not have the information needed to determine which outcome is more likely. He stays flat, and his hands tell him which direction each impact comes from, and his mind receives this information without knowing what to do with it. His hands are no longer cold. He becomes aware of this. The cold has stopped mattering. It has left his awareness without him noticing it leave. Before, cold was the main fact about his hands. Now his hands are the things connecting him to the information in the ground. This is a category shift. His mind notes it in the same register that it is noting the intervals between impacts. Here is a thing that is true. Smoke. The smell arrives from the southeast. Not clean wood burning, but something that does not have a domestic version. Something his nose catalogs as wrong before the rest of him gets to the word. He counts 8, 9. 9 impacts, or 9 that he has counted. He has probably missed some. There are intervals he can't account for. Intervals where his counting must have gone offline, and what remained was only the body, flat and still, and breathing in the specific shallow way the body breathes when it is managing something. His hands tell him another one is close before he hears it. The pressure wave arrives with it, not strong, but perceptible, the way a door opening in an adjacent room pushes against you if you are standing near the wall. His ears are ringing. He can feel the ringing more than hear it, which is a new category of sensation. He knows who is to his right. Ocel, who has been in the army 8 months, and told him last night he had never been shelled before either, as if this was information to trade. Fen had said the same back. They had lain parallel on the ridge, with their heads toward the valley and their feet toward the pines, and Ocel had pointed out a specific star visible between 2 branches and said, "You can use that to orient." Fen had looked at the star. He had not said this. He hears Ocel coughing to his right. Then he doesn't. He does not look toward where Ocel was. 11th impact. 12th. His ears are ringing and the smoke smell is stronger now, and the cold has not come back to his hands, and he is aware of his own breathing, in the specific way you become aware of your own breathing when you are deciding whether to control it. He tracks the interval between the 12th and the next. Longer. He tracks it. The pines move above the ridgeline. The wind is there. He can hear the wind again. His body reads this as move before he decides to move. He's going forward, down the ridgeline toward the lower ground, which his body has determined is where he should be, regardless of the arithmetic he wasn't able to complete. He moves fast and low, hands hitting the ground twice as he goes, and then his knees, and then he's up again, moving on 2 legs, low, the tree line getting closer to his left. He doesn't think about Ozel. He doesn't know, going down the ridge, if Ozel is behind him. He does not look back. The body going down the ridge is not looking back. This is not a decision he is making. It is something his body is not doing, and he is in it. He reaches the pines and goes into them. The ground is soft with needles. The wind moves the trees above him. He is breathing. His hands are cold again. The cold is back in his hands, which means his hands are hands again.